you.
Yeah, squeeze me in, right?
Kim, first of all, I'm going to start out by asking a little bit about your family because all three boys worked here on the show with us during the year. Benjamin?
They did.
What's he doing?
Benjamin is in Denver, Colorado. He is an architectural landscaper and loves what he does. He loves climbing the mountains, and he and his truck, Arnie, take off most weekends, and they disappear.
So do you see him much?
Usually around Christmas we see him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's go back to
Joash.
number 2. Joash.
Joash is finishing up medical school. He is in Augusta, Georgia, married to a beautiful young lady that we are thrilled, that fills our hearts. And he's been married for about 3 years. He has one more year, and he'll be graduating this spring.
I talked with Joash. I think he was here, and the big thing of
Yes.
of his whole year was going to the Masters.
Yes, he loved it.
He loved that,
He loved
didn't
it. They came back. Joash came back for Ezekiel's graduation, and he brought gifts for everybody from the Masters.
Oh,
and
boy.
Brian has a special shirt, and I have a special shopping bag, and it was really a big deal for him.
Okay, now you're an empty nester. Tell us about
We are.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, we were in Montana 2 weekends ago, and he is in college down in Montana. In the middle of a canyon, they get internet only a couple hours a day. He loves the same thing as his brother, climbing, hiking, doing that kind of thing. They're headed out for a week this coming week for school.
Are they skiers?
They
Your
do.
boys?
The kids, they take off Friday night, and they often go skiing.
Oh,
so,
boy. That
Yep.
sounds like a great place to do it.
Yeah, it does.
You were out there. Tell us a little about that country.
Oh, to say that it's majestic and breathtaking is almost an understatement. It really is. Brian, you know how you try to take a picture?
Yeah.
But it has to be just you take it in your mind and in your heart. But God's handiwork, his thumbprint everywhere. It was just unbelievable. The mountains, the rivers, right outside the dorm where you're sitting and eating dinner. It's just unbelievable. Montana is big sky country, and you can see why.
Takes your breath away, huh?
It does. Totally does.
Kim, I know you got some recipes now, which you probably won't even have to use. When the boys were here, they would eat you out of house and home, no matter how good a cook you were. But we kind of wanted to share something with our listeners. What do you got?
I would love to. This is a really simple recipe for the ladies, something you can make ahead of time, and it's called calico salad. You just put it in the fridge. You could even make it up a day or two, bring it to your tailgating party, put it out. Temperature doesn't matter, and it's wonderful. And I have to tell you, I'm not a real crazy vegetable eater, but this is really good. I even enjoy it. So even if you are not a diehard vegetable fan, this will work for you. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, some that cook. You take 1 package frozen vegetables, about 20 ounces, and it needs to be mixed vegetables, peas, carrots, corn, that kind of thing. And you cook that, you drain and cool. And then this is what you add to the cooled vegetable mixture. You have 4 stalks celery, chop them fine. 1 medium pepper, again, chop that finely. 1 medium onion, again, you want to finely chop that. And then add in 1 can red kidney beans. So you go ahead and add that all together with your cooked vegetables, that 20-ounce bag of frozen mixed vegetables that's cooled. And then you make up a dressing. And this will be the recipe for the dressing. It's 3/4 cup sugar, 1/2 cup vinegar, and it's white. My mom always cleaned with white vinegar, but this recipe uses white vinegar. Yeah. 1 teaspoon salt, 1 heaping tablespoon flour, and 1 tablespoon mustard, just like you'd put on your hot dog, just regular mustard, 1 tablespoon of mustard. So you mix those things all together for the dressing. You cook that until thickened. It's only a couple minutes that it takes, 2 or 3 minutes. So you thicken that up, you pour over the vegetables, and you toss well. And you have a wonderful calico salad. It's beautiful. The color, it's just delightful as far as how it looks and presentation.
Got a question for
Sure.
somebody that wasn't writing that down but said, whoa, that really sounds good. How can they get it?
We'll go ahead and just put that up on the website, and they can grab it from there.
Sounds good. You know, Kim, what I've done now, I've got you, I think it's year, let's see, 29. Year 2029, I've got you scheduled again.
I'm on for recipes again. Hey, I will look forward to it. Thank you.
Kim Harsey here at halftime, the recipe of the week. Okay, we're at halftime with the Gladiators Trail 15-7. We're going to take a break. We got Mark Madsen and I think Aaron Biggers here too. They'll all be on the air right after this. Back at Thurlby Field, I'm Don Wittella. We got guests here at halftime where the Gladiators trail Glen Lake by a score of 15-7. Mark Matson's with us. Mark, not your first time on the air with us. Glad to have you back.
Great to be back, Don. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you've been at Central for 80 there for quite a while. Then you came back to Glen Lake, and how's things going out there?
Going great. I miss Central, of course, and everybody there and that staff. But, it was a little bit like going home back out to Glen Lake, and it's been a fantastic year and an awesome start to this second year back out there.
You make friends wherever you go, right?
Well, I try to. Just try to be kind and treat people with respect. So it goes a long
Athletics
way.
out at Glen Lake. Things going well not only for the football team, which leads here at halftime, but
we're off to a good start here. Football season's off to a nice start. Volleyball team had a really nice win against Manistee last week, and our cross-country teams are at the Charlevoix Mud Run today, which is always a fantastic event. And we're very pleased with where we're at. Our boys soccer team has had a few nice wins to start the year. So I would say by and large, with the excitement that the school year has started off with, combined with some of the great things that our teams are doing, we're very pleased heading into September.
Aaron Biggers joined us. He's the AD here at St. Francis. Aaron, I think you're in your second year now, or how?
I think it's my third.
Boy, how fast does time go? We're going to get Aaron plugged in here in just a minute. And there we go. Okay, your third year, Aaron.
Yeah, I think it's my third year. It's like dog years with the AD. You never know just how much these guys work until you're one of them, and it's a terrific field because there's a camaraderie between ADs, but it's busy.
Now, has Mary Lou got you trained?
Mary Lou has trained me very early, and she's seen where I have some abilities, and then she just hopefully recognizes my inabilities and just accepts them. So she's a terrific part of our office.
Kind of interesting. I'll start with you first there and then switch to Mark. Years ago, we had football, basketball, baseball, maybe track in the high schools.
Yeah.
The girls didn't have any sports. I mean, I'm going back many, many moons ago. But today, so one of the coaches would take over. But today, that's impossible.
Yeah, no, we are very fortunate to add, I think we have 24 varsity sports at our school, and generally 12 or 11 of those are girls sports. So we have a ton of variety that we tried to have our kids, because all the research says that extracurriculars is very important for boys and for girls, especially for girls. So just like Glen Lake and just like our area schools, we try to offer as much extracurricular activities as
Mark,
possible.
what changed all that? When it go from 4 sports down to 24 now?
I think just the growth of other sports, down through the years, I think has spurred that. And when we're a school system and trying to provide the best opportunity we can for students,
Yep.
we've been lucky to see that growth over the years. And we've got equestrian, they're participating today, and we've got a clay target team. I mean, who would think, right? As part of a school sports program. But like Aaron said, when we are able to add the sport number of offerings that we can to provide the opportunities for the kids that are interested in those many different activities, we try to do what we can because we want them to have the best experience possible.
Answer any way you want. Either one of them, probably both of you get. What's in the future?
Well, my hope, I'm a little bit afraid with football right now in the future with some of the numbers that we have. A couple teams around the area have dropped JVs. My hope is that that's kind of not a trend, but just kind of a little downward bubble, and that'll rebound, because I just think it's such an important event. You look at here and you look at the community of Glen Lake that's here, which is wonderful, and we have a strong community, St. Francis, that supports our teams, and it's just one of those neat venues and neat sports activities that I hope we can continue. But I do think there's a lot of positive. We're trying to get as many kids involved, and we know that involvement's important. We got great support from our administrative teams and staffs, and so that's what we're seeing at our end, and I'm sure Mark's seeing similar stuff.
We are, yeah. We want to be able to sustain, but I saw a stat the other day that participation by and large across the country seems to be a little bit down, and so what we really didn't make a push is for multi-sport participants at the school-based level. We currently allow dual sport participants, provided their GPA meets a minimum standard down, and I think that we just need to have the students that we've got in our schools, which for us are rather small schools. We've got to have our kids participating in something. We want to try to get them to find something that they can enjoy, be it at that elementary level, or maybe they pick it up at the middle school level. Maybe they try it as a freshman and just might like it, but we need to have our students participating at some level.
Tell us about how you are involved with Leland.
We have a co-op with Leland in football, and they're also part of our Leelanau County Tennis Co-op. and as part of our ski team as well. And so that works very well for us, whatever sports that we can offer, that we can partner with our neighbors. And as we know, co-ops across the state have been growing by and large. And I think they're a fantastic way to maintain programming, if not increase programming, and provide opportunities, be it one school or a combination of schools, if the co-op can work. And
now,
for us, it works.
We got to wrap this up. What about the eight player teams that are out there now in the smaller schools? You want to talk to that?
You know, I think that's just goes back to what I was saying with that downward trend a little bit with participation. It's awesome that they're keeping that around, and it's awesome that they're holding on. I know a lot of eight-man teams would rather be 11-man teams, and they're working in their younger levels. They're working in Pop Warner and trying to get those numbers up because, you know, not too many people want to go to 8-man. They're kind of forced because of situation, forced because of numbers, forced because the teams around them went to 8-man, and they have no one to play that's close. So I hope that trend stops. It looks like it's increasing a little bit because they've split it into 2 divisions, but I know that all those coaches and all those schools are hoping to go back to 11.
But there's 71 schools in 8-man football, Mark Madsen.
Well, there's 71 plus because we had to make the decision yesterday down to go to 8-man for the remainder of the season in order to hang on to our middle school program. So because of that 8-man platform, we're very fortunate because we're going to try and build a schedule so that those kids in 7th and 8th grade don't lose a season of participation because we know what that can do. And I think the 8-player game is likely going to grow if participation continues to decline. But I think another important part of that message is what the research is saying is true. Football and our drills and our techniques is safer than ever.
Yeah.
But again, participation being on the decline, I don't think is necessarily just a football thing. So I think we'll see 8-player schools grow. Ours is going to do it for just this fall at the middle school level. And like Aaron said, we'll see where it goes with participation in the future.
Mark Madsen, always a pleasure
Having
you on, AD
Thank you
at
so
Glen
much.
Lake. Aaron, you'll be around, I know.
I will.
As time goes. Nice job, guys.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, we're at
Thanks, Tom.
halftime with the Glads Trail 15-7. We'll come back. John Sonneman has some stuff for you. Stats coming up right after this.